Good evening. The number 90 has been celebrated throughout the country today, but the number 6 is also significant for us here in Sheffield too, because it's day 6 of the Betfred World Championship, and it's a transitional day when the first round finishes and the second round gets underway. And to this point, no fewer than 6 of the top seeds have been shown the exit door at the Crucible in the Betfred World Championship. And the world number 5, Judd Trump, did not want to be next, but he found himself in a whole lot of trouble against last year's United Kingdom Championship runner-up Liang Wenbo, nicknamed the Firecracker from China. And this man had been fizzing throughout their first session, taking a 6-3 lead yesterday. And he went even further in front, 7-3 now, and Judd Trump in a whole lot of trouble. However, the match seemed to turn in frame 11 when Wenbo went for a double on the green. Now, there was really no need to do this, a really risky shot, when his opponent was the one that really needed to take the risks. And from there, Trump won that frame and went on to win, in fact, 4 of the next 5 frames. And we really do have a firecracker of a finish now. 8 frames all, first to 10 going through. So we'll pick them up, frame 17, in the company of Willie Thorne and John Virgil.
One.
Well, Judd will be just glad to be back at the table, but what a chance, because that black is still available into both corners. The reds are nice and loose. His chance to get to 9 and 1 frame away from victory. Liang Wenbo has missed his.
Anything but straight on the next black, because everything in the right hand corner pocket is not available, so he needs to get an angle on this next black to just put a little stun him into the red directly above the black, and that will open everything up. Might play this quite pacey. You wouldn't think you'd have to play the kiss pacey, but I would want to move this red and try and make those other 3 reds pot. That's a very poor shot.
I think he might have had a result. I think he's landed on a red to the left middle. It's certainly not what he played for, but he'll take it. Not quite certain which red he played to Cannon, but he'll be happy to be on this one.
15.
But he's short on position. Got to go in between yellow and brown here. Needs it to slow up. Needs it to slow up. Well, he's just about on the red to the middle, but if it's straight,
it's touching ball.
As badly hampered as he is, touching ball has nothing to do with the shot. But the referee will always call it. But Judd will attempt the pot, you would think, to the middle. But it's very awkward the way it's finished. Oh, tremendous pot.
21.
That was top draw, believe me. You try striking down like that, just off straight. Couldn't have cued it better. Well played.
Yes, it's going to be left with the red at distance, but the way Judd pots, this shouldn't cause any problem. Play for choice of blue or black. He'll probably decide to play for the black.
26.
Needs to get to 62. Decided to play for the blue. The only reason I didn't think he should play for the blue, in case he didn't get the right angle, but he's just about got there. There's only 1 red available, the one to the right of the black there, that's opposite, into the opposite corner. Slow down. He's not got this cue ball in control at the minute. He's struggling.
32.
Yeah, the pressure's starting to show on both players here. And
33.
sometimes it shows up, not so much in missed pots, but the cue ball control. The player, when he's under pressure, concentrates that much on potting the ball. It's like positional play is secondary in your mind, but you need good positional play if you're going to make frame-winning contributions.
Well, he's had a look at the plant here, but he's decided to play into the bunch. Should go on to take a one-frame lead, 1 up with
38.
2 to play. Still not in prime position yet, though. Look a bit careful, he won't screw towards the middle pocket if he screws this red in. He'll be flicking off the other red, and the path of the white will be going right towards that right-hand middle. That's why he's coming around to look at an alternative, but I think he's got to go back to the original choice. And just play short. You don't have to risk getting top side of the blue this time. Just play short. You don't want to be going enough, that's for sure. Yeah, don't blame him for he played a stun rather than a screw there.
39.
Don't blame him for that.
Yes, and well, to play in between green and yellow and brown, you got to put a lot of left-hand side on. Ooh, it just crept in, and it's perfect now. That blue thought about it. He hit it slightly too thin. In actual fact, too thick, I beg your pardon. But it went in,
45.
and now the frame at his mercy. Liang Wenbo
52.
had first chance in this frame.
53.
And he's staring 9-8 behind in the face. This black will do it. And it goes. 52 points the lead, 51 remaining, but not for long.
60.
Nicely on this red.
61.
Well, not really necessary. He was just trying to play an exhibition shot, but
Judd Trump,
53 points in
61.
front, 43 remaining.
And that was more than enough. So Judd Trump has won 6 of the last 7 frames. The man who's been to one Crucible final 5 years ago, and he's got mightily close to a second and indeed a third. So at the interval in this match, Judd Trump had tweeted his followers saying that he might stand them a drink if, as he put it, he got out of jail in this match. Well, the keys are firmly in the lock now in the next frame, 59 points up.
The clips there, what a fantastic pot. First class. You deserve what you get from that shot.
And what he's got, Willie,
1.
is the brown. And maybe just enough angle. Brown and one more red needed. And it's looking now as though Judd Trump is going to win this match. And he's had to dig deep.
5.
He's played a man at the top of his form, particularly in the first session. Started this 6-3 down, went to 7-3 down, but he never stopped fighting. And then all of a sudden, to me, he started to cue smoother. And the smoother he cued, the better he looked. It's been a terrific match. And I think Liang Wenbo, okay, the World Championship is basically the last
11.
match of the season. He's down for great things in the game. I'm sure he is. Runner-up in the UK
Judd
Championship.
Trump, 11.
But Judd Trump will now be sitting down, and that sip of water will taste sweet.
Quietly, please.
Well, he played the cannon on the red near the cushion. He'll be
1.
close to giving Judd the handshake now. But I've been very impressed with Liang Wenbo. He's improving every time I see him. Okay, we'll all look back and say, should he have played the double on the green? But that's the way he decided to play it. And now he'll want to shake Judd's hand. And he does. It's been a great match. It's been played in a very sporting fashion, and that's what it means to Judd Trump, because there must have been times during that match that he thought, like the other seeds who've gone, he was going to go. But Liang Wenbo just couldn't kill him off, and it's Judd Trump very relieved he's through to the second round. He beats Liang Wenbo in a tremendous match by 10 frames to 8.
So relieved, just so happy. I was looking out at 7-3 down. I wasn't doing too much wrong, but everything I seemed to do seemed to go wrong. Everything he'd done went right, and then there was a big frame at 7-3, I think, and that kind of turned it. I played some great stuff after that, barely give him a chance. I'd have been very disappointed to lose first game after winning the last tournament, because I've had a lot of confidence out there, but I just couldn't kind of show it. I didn't get the chances until the very end to get in amongst the balls and score heavy. So that was disappointing. So from the next game, I need to make sure my safety is brilliant from the start. I think he's a great player. He's obviously better than his ranking suggests. But for me, I've got a good record against him here. I've beat him twice out of 2 times. So I'll take a lot of confidence from that and just go out and relax and hopefully do the job and just relax now and let Snooker do the talking.
Yeah, very strong performance from Judd Trump, and he battles into the second round where he will play Ding Junhui, and that could be the tie of the round. Very much looking forward to that one. But in this quarter, this evening, we were about to finish off the last of the first round matches. Between this pair, we've got 24-year-old Kyron Wilson from Kettering, who's made an absolutely gigantic leap up the rankings this season from outside the top 50 to world number 19, thanks in large part to a breakthrough victory at the Shanghai Masters just before Christmas. But he's taking on a very wily opponent, 41-year-old world number 10, Joe Perry. Well, they began their concluding session this evening with the youngster 5-4 in front. It's been very high quality. There's not really been more than a frame in it, and especially this evening because the world number 10, Perry, has really come back into it. The Cambridgeshire player has taken the lead 8-7 as we pick them up in frame 16, and it's been very high quality. Stephen Hendry, John Parrott following this one.
And he was, and he got it. What a shot that was. Well, sometimes you just have no alternative. But he cued that beautifully. Cracking shot.
Black ball. Foul. Joe Perry 1, Kyron Wilson 7.
Well, I think at first he thought he was just going to catch the knuckle in the middle pocket and leave the cue ball down here. I mean, he still left a pot on, but it's not quite as bad as I think as he thought it was going to be.
Yes, misjudged that, but here's the funny thing. I mentioned earlier how well Kyron Wilson was playing when I watched him practice. This shot he's about to take on is the one he was playing all the time when I was watching him, and he was knocking them in for fun. This is the crucible.
He's 8-7 down. And he's 38 points behind. Can you cue and hold up?
No, he's got the pot. He's lost the cue ball.
1.
Got the black to the middle, but he's going to have a bit of work to do with the cue ball. He's going to have to be played at pace.
Excellent pot. A good long red. Yes, he didn't quite get the cue ball, but good recovery on the black.
8.
Another good shot needed here as well.
Yeah, he sacrificed good position, didn't he, make sure the black.
Nine.
Pot. Big target to come off 2 cushions, them 2 reds. The big target. We're playing the cannon on those 2. He was hoping to actually move both of them.
16.
Also leave one to the right centre.
Big shot with the rest if he takes it down the cushion. Can't really leave a cue ball anywhere else but near the side cushion when he plays this. Not enough angle to get out. He's got 2 big shots coming up. If he drops it in, he's going to leave the cue ball near the side cushion. Pressure black.
85% success rate on the rest so far, 11 out of 13. He's good with the rest.
17.
No doubt about that.
Yes, and the way he played it was impressive. Managed to just stun it and get a little bit out. But the cue ball have to stay pretty much near the cushion there. Some effort this at the moment.
With a perfect angle, we take the red off the right cushion. Ooh. That was a good aggressive shot. He's still on the red to the left centre.
24.
So he's certainly not shying away from playing the right shots, even if he is feeling it at the moment.
So far, this is a brilliant break. Just got to be careful with the shot. You don't get into the cue ball too much. And cannon the red coming back off the top cushion. Yep. He played in an area there where he was on one or the other. Played it nicely.
30.
And I would suggest if he makes the clearance here, this will be one of the best he's ever made.
You couldn't high in the black would be the easiest way. Let's put on that last red.
31.
He's played. We can play for the red to like any one of 3 pockets here. Right middle or both corners. Don't think he'll play to take it out. Played to play for the left centre. This is tricky. It would
38.
have to been straighter on this red. It looks easy on the camera. And this is missable.
39.
Yes, he couldn't really play that any firmer. Just had to drop it in. Let gravity take hold of that red. He's got a bit more angle on this blue than he wanted. So the position is a little trickier. Don't want a cannon of all colour. And he hasn't. This is an absolutely stunning break so far.
44.
This will puncture Joe Perry, it really will. He'll be sitting there thinking, oh, have I lost the frame? Just got to make sure he gets position on the green here.
$46.
Yeah, a couple of shots played. I thought, is he starting to feel it? Well, not if you go by this break.
$49.
Very impressive.
And just brown and blue to win a frame that never looked likely. I often say at this level, it's not about winning the frames you should, it's about winning the frames that you shouldn't. And this has been a magnificent break. Well played, Kyron Wilson.
58.
What a break that is. Absolutely fabulous.
Kyron Wilson, 58. On the frame.
And Joe Perry just nods his head. And what can you do about that? Because that is one of the best clearances of the Crucible this year. An absolutely brilliant break from Kyron Wilson. And it's level at 8 frames all.
No wonder there's nibbling of the fingers, because Kyron Wilson, who's appeared here for only the second time this year, won the next with a break of 62, and he now leads 9-8. He's on the brink of a very first victory at the Crucible as we head into the 18th frame, but this is extremely tense. The youngster is just 4 points ahead with 3 colours remaining.
Now, there's a little chance here, but you've got to make sure you don't put the cue ball in the corner pocket. Chip the blue onto the side rail and try and line it up with the black. He's hit it too thick. Far too thick. But he's had a pretty good result. Well, I really don't know whether he played that or not. I've got no idea. But if he did, it was genius.
He can't have played that, because how can you judge how far the blue's going to come off that knuckle? If it comes back the way, all he needs to do is stick it out the tiniest little bit and it's potable.
Still don't know what shot you played there, other than just, well, whatever it is. You can argue the toss, it's brilliant.
Well, here's a question. What does Kyron play now? Side cushion pot it?
Well,
You've got to think if he hits the blue, he's got a chance of potting it.
absolutely. And I don't like any of the other shots. He comes off the side cushion and hits the blue. The cue ball's going to hit the knuckle, so you don't know where it's going. So I think this is the shot. Things that can happen on a snooker table. Yeah, I'll be worried about if you're playing off the side cushion there and coming past it. I'd be worried about hitting the knuckle with the cue ball there.
Here we go.
Foul, the miss. Joe Perry 5.
Interesting that he played it so hard, really. It just made the angle much more difficult to judge, playing at that pace. Don't know why Karen's playing it at that pace.
Foul, the miss. Joe Perry 5.
Well, he's done well to go through the middle of the blue and black and miss the blue. Joe took a calculated risk there, putting Kyron back in.
Yeah.
Now it's Joe's turn, just need 2 pots. But this is not a gimme to get onto the pink nicely by any stretch. Maybe 4 cushions. Oh, he took the free ball. I can't believe that. I just presumed he was going to play the blue, John.
Settle down, please.
Is the blue not a natural angle to go into the pink?
I honestly couldn't believe he was playing the black. I don't know. I thought it looked, I mean, maybe he couldn't get into the cue ball and he thought it was an in off or something, but I don't know why he didn't take the blue.
Five.
Well, it's tough if he just needed the pink, but he's got to play this at pace.
Karen Wilson, 5. Thank you. Quiet,
Tension.
please.
It can only be tension because he hit that so hard.
Yeah.
Totally understandable out there. The last couple of shots Karen's at, hit them a little bit too hard.
No. Pink was 7 up. Surely this is frame over now.
Six.
Oh, he couldn't have played that any better. Hit that absolutely sweet. And it just had a look of going 9-all, didn't it? We've got a decider. An unbelievable frame of snooker. 57 minutes played. Kyron Wilson had a chance. Joe Perry had a chance. But it is Joe Perry. It's 9-all, and we're into a thriller at the Crucible.
Yeah, thriller indeed, John, and only the second final frame decider of this opening round. So in we go, and can Kyron Wilson put that missed pink out of his mind as we go in here? Let's find out. Joe Perry's at the table. He's 35 points to 8 in front, but he's snooker behind the green here.
Foul, miss. Karen Wilson, 4.
Yeah, that'll be going back. Problem he's got there, Joe, because the cue ball is tucked tucked in behind the green and nearly touching it, it's difficult to get the side on without fouling the cue ball when you follow through. It's because you want to go right over to the right hand side of it. Your cue is going to be very close to the green, and the more you follow through, and the thicker your cue gets as you follow through, you could get close to it. Hard to get the side on. That time he's managed to get the side on, but he couldn't hit it hard enough.
Karen Wilson, 4.
He is in all sorts of pickle here. See what he was trying to do, but I'm not so sure the shot was on, and he's had 2 goes at it and decided it isn't himself. There really is only one shot. The red that's to the right of the pink, and if he could play that and nestle in the pack, is the only one, and he'd have to hit it to perfection. He's just had a look, maybe the up and down one, try and hit the red on the right hand side, but this is horrible. He really is in all sorts of trouble here. Yeah, that was as hard a snooker as you can ever imagine.
Kyron, where's your bottle? Because there's a chance to win the match.
One.
Yeah, nicely played.
8.
Always need a little bit of respect. These are just cushions, aren't gimmies. Cued that beautifully.
Yeah, it's an excellent shot under this pressure. These are the situations, if you want to be a top player, you've got to thrive on.
16.
Incredible though, John. John Virgo always talks about the game being about fractions. Joe Perry was what, how many millimetres away from being perfect on the red? Snookers himself, and now he's got to sit.
17.
That's such a bad thing if he's short in the blue. Obviously that red in bulk helps him, but where the brown is, it's not guaranteed to get on it.
I'm just wondering whether he's come absolutely straight or not. He hasn't got much of an angle there. What a shot that is, by the way. What a shot that is. To go twice across the table and finish in the gap.
22.
Fabulous.
Well, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say he played for that gap, but I think he might have been playing the other side of the green and brown. To be that exact, the position was incredible.
23.
Yeah, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but he's overscrewed there. Gonna have to leave middle distance red. This is going to go all around the table. We've just seen the topspin he got in the last shot, so he can play it. Yeah, that's what he's playing. 4 cushions. Another fantastic shot. There's no way the woods yet, though.
28. Karen Wilson.
What a result.
Yeah, just catches the jaw here. And as you say, he's had a result not leaving it, but that green and brown are still a massive target. If you can get in behind there, Joe, you could have him in all sorts of trouble. Not quite.
He's come straight round to look at the potting angle. He's building himself up for this. Similar shot to what he knocked in a couple of frames ago. What a pot.
You can't cue one better than that. You really can't. Stunning pot.
Brown ball. Karen Wilson, 1.
His heart must have been in his mouth there. It looked like he was going to sneak round the back of that.
Come on, John, who's going to win?
Oh. Well, I haven't known since the start of the match. I certainly don't know now. What I do know is it did have a 10-8, 10-9 written all over it. We both said that, but when it comes to this, when it gets this close, I genuinely don't know.
Those three reds together. The top one goes to the right corner.
One.
But that's not good on the pink. Unless he's found an angle to go in and out of baulk. Well, he's now looking at the plant, but there's a bit of distance between those two reds. I don't like that shot at this stage. That was a poor shot of the red. If you can't get the right side of the pink, go up for the blue. Groom twice across the table for that red I was talking about, to the right corner. Pretty decent effort. He's got a chance at it.
Oh, it was a fabulous attempt to get there. Okay, he's
Seven.
not ideal, but yeah, he's got a shot at it.
He just plays top spin, the left to the two reds. Does he cannon that and stay in the black? It's pretty good from here. Good pot.
8.
Yeah, there even has some pressure on this black.
Yes, and one of the problems here, of course, is the pink being on its spot, where that red is positioned. Not only has he got to pot this black, he's got to make sure he doesn't snooker himself on the next red. Great shot again. Great shot.
$15.
Two reds, two blacks. Finish high on the black.
16.
Can't see him failing from here.
Well, he's got every opportunity to get over the line here. And that attempted shot to nothing from Joe Perry, which caught the knuckle. Certainly wasn't a shot to nothing the way he played it. Looks like it's going to put him out of this year's championship.
23. $24.
I have to say, he's played fantastic tonight, Kyle Wilson.
31.
One of the pots he's come out with have been incredible. Make sure this red.
32.
And you know how important that was. And he's held himself together exceptionally well, this young man.
Karen Wilson.
It's been a brilliant
32.
match. And Joe Perry
Frame
puts his hands out. 10 frames to 9. It's Kyron Wilson. What a game that was. Best match of the championship for me. And Kyron Wilson, how well did you play tonight? Because Joe Perry played fantastically well as well. And it's Kyron Wilson who goes through 10-9 and faces Mark Allen in the second round. Well played, young man.
Very tense, very tight. It's certainly a match that I'll remember for a very long time. Me and Joe sort of flowed off each other throughout the match. There was a lot of big breaks, and yeah, it was a good standard of play. At 9-8, the frame that Joe won for 9-9, all throughout on the baulk colours, there was just so many attempts that he made that he got away with, and then he fluked the brown, and then the pink went safe, but he left me on the blue, and it was a horrible pink to take on. So yeah, it was just one of them really, but I think the crowd enjoyed it. The Crucible's an amazing place. I want to create some amazing memories for myself, so yeah, that's the first one on the list.
So the second round draw is now complete. No fewer than 7 seeds have been given the elbow in round 1, just behind the record of 8. And 2 men who've done some damage already, qualifiers Carter and McManus squaring up. Ricky Ward and John Higgins, a meeting between world numbers 9 and 8. Judd Trump against Ding Junhui, the tie of the round, both still waiting for a world title, of course. Williams taking on Neil Robertson's conqueror Michael Holt. Anthony McGill faces Marco Fu. Barry Hawkins takes on Ronnie O'Sullivan for the 3rd time in 4 years here. Mark Allen now knows he'll be taking on Kyron Wilson. And the lowest ranked player left in the draw at 59, Sam Baird, faces the man at the top, Mark Selby. And interesting that Ronnie O'Sullivan has been following all the events here this evening. In fact, he tweeted earlier on, Kyron Wilson is going to be the best player in the world. That's praise indeed. And I think many people would echo those sentiments after a very gutsy victory this evening. Now, just as the first round was being completed, we were already full steam ahead with round 2 because that got underway this afternoon. And it was the match between Marco Fu and Anthony McGill that kicked things off. McGill, you remember, is already dispatched Sean Murphy, last year's runner-up, and in that rather understated way, Marco Fu's looked very dangerous indeed, with the most emphatic victory in the first round, a 10-2 win over Peter Ebden. Now, round 2 is best of 25, played over 3 sessions. Their first session this afternoon. Let's take a look at it.
We finally come up with a nickname for this guy. He is the giant killer, Anthony McGill. He's the pride of Hong Kong. He's Marco Fu.
And that's a very good shot. Well played. Takes the opening frame against Anthony McGill. And that's a really good shot. It's 1 frame off. Tough pot. Oh, what a cracker. Beautiful. What a beauty.
It's Marco Fu who takes the frame and now leads by 3 frames to 1.
Very aggressive shot there.
That's a wonderful pot from Marco.
Wow.
He takes it. Now leads Anthony McGill with 4 frames to 2. Oh, well. Can you believe it? So Black for a 5-3 lead, and what a good clearance this would be. It's Marco Fu who finishes session 5-3 in the lead.
And seconds out, round 2 beckoned this evening for Alan McManus and Ali Carter, both qualifiers, of course. These 2 players met at the Crucible last year. Carter won then in the first round. Here he is on his way to a first session lead. 2-time finalist, of course. Had gone 3-1 in front, century on the way, only for McManus, resplendent in tartan tonight to level at 3-all. But Carter has forced a 5-3 advantage with solid contributions in the last couple of frames. And that's the situation. So this evening, don't forget, on BBC One, Snooker Extra will be along a little bit later. And you can also relive some classic moments from the Crucible much later on. And it's a 1988 game, I understand. Round 2 between Jimmy White and Stephen Hendry. The first of many classics at the Crucible from those 2. But in terms of this year's championship, well, we steam into round 2 from 10 o'clock in the morning. It's Mark Williams getting underway against Michael Holt. Only 16 players left now, so we'll see you on day 7. Catch you all then. Bye-bye.